morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to video message number 29.
I like the Alaskan pipeline.
What's one move in bed that makes a man go crazy every time?
Oh, you gotta give him that huck and spit on that thing. You get me?
Oh, that sounds so good.
Listen up, the ratings just came in for last month. We are number one. We just grabbed every key demographic. Super duper. That's nice. Way to go. Neato, gang.
Yes.
Boy, that is good news.
It is the 5th day of August already, 2024. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Monday morning on the Power Trip Morning Show. How are you? How was your weekend? A little rainy out there today, but much cooler this week after what a warm weekend, huh? Hope you had a great one. I hope you didn't give the whole thing away. Let's get this week started and let's try to do better, shall we? Here we go. Okay, Power Trip Morning Show today featuring another edition of the Initials Tournament. I don't know. I think Lieber must maybe, but maybe not because we have so many guests coming in today. We have AJ and Tyler George and a cast of thousands. Mussman will be here because he's playing, I guess. I didn't even think about that. That's true. He's supposed to be playing. He'll be involved. He'll be sitting in a chair. I don't know how much more I'll be doing. But so lots to get to, and recapping a busy weekend. I don't know why I'm talking. Let's get this thing started. Here's Jeff Cesario, some comedy on a Monday morning. Come on in. I'm glad you're here.
I am so excited, man. I just got my notice in the mail last week. This is tickling me pink, man. I am scheduled to marry J-Lo December 9th. How cool is that? Apparently, we're all getting a shot. What the hell does she have going on down in her panties that's so special, for Pete's sake? Guys leaving their wives, their families, their jobs. What, has she got a wet bar down there? What's going on? They say it's her butt, because she got a big butt. Let me tell you something. I'm from Wisconsin. If you think Jennifer Lopez has a big butt, you have never freaking been to Wisconsin, okay? She doesn't even have a big butt for a third grader in Wisconsin. She got a little starter kit butt. Bring that butt in, you go on the BBC diet, beer, bacon, and cheese. After about 8 years, now you got a Wisconsin butt. That when it's walking away from you, looks like two hogs fighting over a Hershey's Kiss. That's a Wisconsin butt.
Ballish to me, but...
How long are you gonna talk?
Sex!
Ballish to me, but...
The finish line is waiting. Fate is on your side. You hear the distant thunder. There's lightning in your stride.
Welcome to the Power Trip Morning Show. It is Monday, August 5th of 2024. My name is Corey Cope. That's Chris Hockey. There's Meat Sauce Paul Lambert. Zach is here. Max is here. The Initials Invitational continues. We're 4 for 4. All 4 games have been sweet. We'll see if the 5th one holds up today as well. Lieber's out this week, but as you mentioned, Christopher Muss is in because he's got to play today. As the 45th seed. Dead last.
Who was the 46th seed?
There isn't one. Dead last. You're the upset. I don't think Muss is going to be in that category, but we'll find out in like 2.5 hours.
No.
We'll see.
I still can't believe Creasel lost on Friday. He was unstoppable every time he played. I couldn't believe that.
I'm sure he's glad you're bringing it up. Was he over it when you hung out with him on Friday?
Of course. As we talked about,
on.
He's been through
way
worse.
I think he's fine.
Of course. Yeah. He's a good sport about everything.
Yep. All right, anyway, 8:15 today. $71,000 on the line for the St. Paul Federal Credit Union Initials jackpot.
Oh, somebody fell.
And a couple of the all-time best players. AJ today, Tyler today, and then Grim, Tommy Ryman, and Muss. That's at 8:15.
Grim Tommy Ryman, is that his nickname?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does a lot of dark humor.
Yeah, he does. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that was a sip.
I had something, but I forgot. Our guy that brings in all the vending machine stuff, I think his name is Eric.
Yeah.
Is that, yeah,
that's right.
I was getting coffee and it like sputtered out. He brought us in some different better coffee. He brought us in some Starbucks coffee.
Oh, is that right?
So I'm enjoying it this morning.
Wait a minute.
It's really good. He's a great dude, man.
Yeah, he's the best, dude.
I don't know permanent.
He hooks it up.
He insinuated that, like, he's not allowed to bring it full time. Like, we're only allowed to have the prison coffee if you get what I'm putting down.
I don't think they make anybody full time around here anymore.
Too close to home.
It's over.
One of those days? What am I missing?
Oh, yeah.
Just something else?
Oh, no, I'm good.
No.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
good.
No, he's good. But yeah, so
Like-
it's really good.
Is this something that's going to boil over and then when bonus is here tomorrow, it'll explode?
No, I'm real good.
No.
Okay.
Real
I
good.
don't even know if Bonus is here. I think he's in
Jamaica.
Portland to go see it like a minor league
Switzerland.
baseball game.
What?
Yeah, he really likes baseball.
Dear
You know what I asked him
God.
last week? I asked him, I think this was off the air. I said, when you go to all these baseball games, do you watch the games? Because that's a lot of baseball.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I can't imagine sitting there for all those innings and all those places and watching all that baseball. Because when I talk to him, he doesn't never know what happened.
Yeah. Yeah, I think he just goes to drink. He's the ultimate social butterfly.
Yeah.
He's very likable.
Yeah.
So I think he, by about the third inning, the entire row was invited over for the holidays, and he's buying beers.
Yeah, yeah.
I think that's what happens.
Yeah. Hey, how was the game in Japan? Stadium was nice. It's not what I asked.
Right, correct. That's exactly, you're 100%
I'll give you $1 million if you can tell me the score.
So we're
No,
just-
he even said that. The stadium's modeled after the metronome.
Yeah, not what I asked.
That's not what we asked.
Any idea who won the game? Did they play? Did
No.
they actually? Did anybody throw a pitch?
And that's the beauty of the St. Paul Saints, right? Every time I've ever been there, I've never been able to tell you the score, but I still have a good time.
Yeah.
But
That's
if
by
that
design.
was right, but if that was my number one hobby, number one interest, I'd be a little more engaged.
I would think
right?
so, but maybe I wouldn't.
But I don't like baseball. I just like going to the Saints games because the vibe is fun.
Yeah.
I don't even think he likes the Foo Fighters. I think he just showed up,
Yeah.
saw there was an event going on,
That's right. He thought it was a baseball game.
and
He had no
just
idea.
wanted to go in and drink a beer. And wow, these guys are pretty good.
Quiet down. I'm drinking.
Something's wrong with the lights, guys.
And he loves to
Why they
dance.
keep going on and off? I don't understand.
Why are there thousands of people on the
Yeah.
baseball field?
And he just loves to dance. Dancing's his bit.
Yeah, I don't know if that's what you call it.
Guys,
Yeah.
did I tell you a sad story? Do you mind?
Does this have to do with iHeart?
No.
Oh, dang it.
No.
No, what is it?
This weekend, a lot of gigs. It's hot outside. Super hot outside. It's hot as hell. You're right. Right. And I sweated a lot and stuff. But it's good. You know, I'm feeling good. I like singing. I like doing this, right? It's fun. But man, oh man. Let me tell you guys what. Saturday night, it was raining like hell. It was raining like hell. It was great. Just great rain, man.
It
I love
was
it.
great rain.
Window door a little cracked so I could hear the rain. Man, I got a gig Sunday. Sure, I got a gig. Sure, ain't no thing. It's an early gig, sure, but I get to sleep in.
Yeah.
Oh,
Son of a bitch.
5 a.m.
I'm sorry.
no. Oh, you?
Yeah.
Were you hammered?
No. Maybe, I don't know. Probably not.
5 a.m.
Were you high?
And it just happened to be the first day ever with my new iWatch Ultra, which you can
I
wear
didn't think about
for
that.
36 hours
That's going to wake
without
you up.
charging it.
Yeah.
And my arm, it was having a spasm. It was ringing so hard.
5 a.m.
5 a.m.
Were you in prison?
And of course, I'm thinking, well, someone's dead.
Right, correct. Yeah.
Why is Zach calling me at 5 a.m.? It's not 3 o'clock in the morning. It's 5 a.m. And then I text him back immediately because I did not answer in time. Zacho, are you okay? Nothing. Until about 4 p.m. yesterday when he apologized. Now, I thought the whole day that Zach might be dead. I was too busy to check.
Yeah, I mean,
You would have known.
don't come looking for me.
Somebody would have said something.
So how in the world did you accidentally call me at 5 a.m.?
So I found actually lately that I can sleep better if I've got like a specific genre of YouTube videos that play, which it's stupid, but Anyway,
what's that? Hang on, slow down. What is that specific genre? Are you listening
Grand Theft Auto role play. So they've got these custom Grand Theft Auto servers. There's no way I can explain it without sounding nerdy, but it's hilarious. It's really one of my favorite things.
I thought you were going to say thunderstorms.
No.
Or, gentle breezes that put you to sleep. But you're watching GTA role-playing?
It's a YouTube account. Highly recommend.
Are you a serial
Bay
killer?
Area bugs. And
Just moved to North Minneapolis.
Yeah, exactly.
Wait, and that's your I need to chill out and go to sleep
No,
routine?
it's just, because they don't, they're more, it's a controlled server. So they don't actually kill people all the time. They just hang out. They have
it's like a virtual reality, essentially.
Correct.
Stuff?
What is happening?
It's a group of they've
like
group
The
of
Sims
friends.
almost.
They play with each other.
People have jobs. It's more akin to The Sims than Grand Theft Auto.
Like I said, role play. So they're playing
without the murder.
Right.
Yeah.
What fun is that?
They do some murder every once in a while.
Okay, once in a while they murder.
They do a lot of
people.
car chases, a lot of pursuits. They've got. I mean, it's unbelievable. The police. They have license plate readers, speedometer, radar guns that they can detect. I mean, it's really cool.
All of this sounds fascinating, but I don't know that I could sleep to that.
But I watched Bugs, and I watched Civ Ryan, and I watched Jeff Fabiano so much.
Oh, classic Fabiano.
I've seen these videos a million times, so I guess it's relaxing to me that I hear the same stuff, and it's just whatever. Anyway, so it calms my brain down for some reason. I don't get it, but whatever.
Okay.
I normally am able to just turn the phone, the screen off, and have the audio play. I woke up with my phone on fire, and the screen is full brightness, and I'm just happy that it didn't. I mean, it could have been way worse, but it was still obviously very bad because I called you. And
so, how did you accidentally call
us? What happened?
Who else did you call?
651-989-5326. Our old phone hotline.
Right. The old hotline. Sure.
Yeah.
Wait, I'm still very confused. How are you accidentally dialing all these people?
I woke up with it on my shoulder. So as I was rolling, my shoulder, whatever, I was
a boob dial.
Yeah, boob.
Oh, you have the T dial,
side boob dial, shoulder dial, whatever. So, yeah, I woke up.
When Chris said it was 5 o'clock, I was just convinced you thought it was Monday and you were panicking, calling him saying, I just woke up. I'm sorry, I'm going to be late. But instead, you were falling asleep to GTA role-playing videos and you rolled over and shoulder dialed him.
That's exactly what I thought it was.
Yeah, that's exactly what I thought it was. So, guess who couldn't get back to sleep?
Way to go.
Way to go, Fabiano, whatever the hell his name was.
Way to go, GTA.
No, it's fine. It's fine. Completely fine. I'm glad you're okay.
I'm sorry.
It's okay, buddy. It's all right.
Wow, you fall asleep to that.
Yeah,
I just don't know why it picked you to why it picked you, why it picked
because you hadn't called me in a long time.
No,
you hadn't called the station to lay out a hot Vikings take in years.
Yeah. Are you gearing up for overtime?
Speaking of that, I also have to apologize myself. I have to apologize on the radio to Alec Lewis.
Alec, yep.
Yeah.
Alec Lewis, because I was listening on Saturday to Nordo doing an interview with Theo Jackson. He was live down at
TZO.
Yeah.
And in the middle of the interview, I hear this.
Rosie was there?
I'm like, what in the sweet hell is going on? And Nordo's going, oh, okay, well, hold on. Okay, hold on. And suddenly there's a voice I don't recognize talking to the Viking player. And so I send a filth email to Nordo and said, who in the sweet F word just hijacked your interview without saying who they are, just started talking out of nowhere. This S of a B needs to learn how to do radio. Have they never been on the radio in their life? What is going on?
He's not exaggerating about how it sounded.
It was
He's not
terrible. And Nordo's like, oh, no, he's a good guy. He's fine. I'm like, oh, okay, sorry. I don't know.
He is a great guy.
I'm sure he is.
Why is the best?
I'm sure he is.
But it was
you got to tell people who you are. Suddenly, my speakers sound like they fell out of the car and are rolling down the highway. And somebody I don't know is talking. And you can tell Nordo's off his game. I'm like, who just walked over and picked up their headset.
Oh, so you weren't there, Sauce? How come you weren't there?
I don't know.
Oh, no. Is it over for you?
No.
Oh.
So solo Nordo?
Yeah,
at TCO
solo.
for
Except
Saturdays
for-
with Sauce.
Well, except for
when Alec Lewis.
Hawk.
The fumbler.
Yeah, except for Adrian Peterson. That's exactly what it sounded like.
And the whole time I literally thought that Nordo was in danger.
Yeah.
It sounded like someone's attacking
It
him.
sounded like Zach was rolling around in bed trying to call him.
It sounded like, hey, man, nice shot was happening.
Ooh.
That's how it sounded.
Yeah, he's not kidding.
So my apologies to Alec Lewis, whom I've never met, who I cursed straight into hell.
Yeah, he was even mad this morning.
I was angry. I was like, what is going on? I couldn't even imagine who it was that just walked up and started talking. I'm like, my God, does Doogie work here again?
Brilliant.
What is going on?
Free! Jeez, who pressed that button? Wow.
I'm sorry, I had one morning to sleep.
But
one.
Yeah, he's fired up. But he's not kidding. It was like I thought
my speakers were breaking.
Yeah, I was doing something around the house, and all of a sudden I hear headphones.
Wait, you were doing something around the house? You had nothing to do?
No, he was laying around it.
I was
That's what
laying
he
around
meant. He was
Yeah.
laying around it. Yeah, I don't know. Some weird
Saturdays
going on
with
there.
Sauce without Sauce.
I know.
It might be over.
I don't know. Oh, I ain't done ripping, by the way. I got somebody who'll never hear it. I'm gonna rip their ass to pieces.
I can't wait.
Well, can we do that when we get back?
Oh, sure. You got it's completely
Feels like
unrelated to
an
anybody.
iHeart morning, but
I got a good bit too for you.
Oh.
Initials at 8:15, $71,000 on the line. AJ versus Tyler George versus the voice of the Gophers, Mike Grimm, versus stand-up comedian Tommy Ryman versus Michael J. Mussman III. The Power Trip Morning Show on the Fan.
And this is Bullets and Butterflies and Sleepless Nights. Local music on the Power Trip.
The cameras go on at 8 a.m. You can watch the Power Hour weekdays at 8. That's all thanks to Quantum Fiber. Your world unleashed. Check out KFAN.com/watch right now.
Yeah, thanks to the Rubes. The numbers have been good on the tournament. Everybody tuning in.
Yeah, man.
I felt like Friday's matchup, not even close, was the most anxiety-filled. Everybody was freaking nervous.
Well,
they were all tweaking out, and then Matt Minster just came off the top rope and won.
Yeah,
What a good
Oak
dude.
gave it away.
Yeah, Zacho and I were talking about that.
He did. He gave it away.
If the initials game had like a coach's timeout, Oak needs a coach's timeout.
Because they stopped swinging.
Just
you got the
because
lead.
you've got the lead, dude.
Yeah,
He
just
had-
chill out and you can get this.
Deep breath.
He had the opportunity, I think, was it to beat AJ early on in the tournament, and he just you can't let AJ hang around, and he did, and he won. But he just swings, and that killed him. He needed a coach's timeout. Zach and I were talking about on Friday.
Yeah.
Clam bake, clam bake.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know so little about food. When he said that, I didn't even catch that the initials were wrong until I think it was Carly that pointed that. I didn't even hear that. I just oh, that's wrong.
Yeah, I know. Deep breath.
The CF.
Right. He needs a coach's timeout.
right.
He
That's what
needs
he
a
needed.
TV timeout.
You're right.
But we'll see today at 8:15.
And speaking of nerves, but killing it through any nerves that she might have had, Audra Martin doing God Bless America.
I heard that
at
yesterday.
Target
Yeah.
Field on
That
Sunday.
was excellent.
And she was worried because she said her voice was shot after partying.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but she's great.
Yeah,
Yeah,
girl
she
can
was
sing.
great.
She's talented.
That was
She's
incredible.
really something, man.
Yep, she's great.
Really something.
She was freaking out on Friday too, and then got the last two.
Yeah.
All right, you were saying you were going to rip the shreds out of her, rip somebody to shreds. What's the deal?
And he's never. First of all, he wouldn't care. He wouldn't I'm the S on the bottom of his shoe, right? So I like to listen to podcasts. I love it. I love to listen to interviews. I like to hear people talk, right? And there's a new one on the podcast world from the New York Times called The Interview. You may have seen it. It made news because they had Eddie Murphy on. He really cut open a vein, apparently. It was really good. And this guy, David Marchese, is the interviewer. He's from the New York Times. Very smart guy, I'm sure. He'll tell you that.
Is he going to be the interviewer for all of them?
I don't think so. I don't know for sure.
Okay.
It's a relatively new podcast. It's just called The Interview. And he had Vince Vaughn on. Now, interestingly, Vince Vaughn is on Smartless this week.
He is. I just was listening to it on the way over.
Me too, which it's great. I love that guy, right?
Yeah, first 20 minutes were fantastic.
Does he have something coming out?
Yes, he's on a new show on maybe Max or something like that.
Oh, congrats.
Hey.
Man, I forget what it's called, but he said or Apple TV. It's Apple TV. It's on Apple TV. Brand new show, and it sounds like it's really good. It's called like Butt Sex or something. I don't know. But I can't remember what it's called.
Butt Sex.
I think that's what it's called.
Let me Google and see.
I'm not sure what it's called.
According to this, he's not in the cast.
I can't remember what it's called.
Did you type the letter B and then it autofill?
Oh, for sure. Went straight to it.
On that computer?
It says, welcome back, Dan.
Brilliant. Oh, brilliant.
Thank God porn websites aren't like your email.
This is. Why did you assume it was that Dan? What about noon to 3?
My God, you're right. There's 2 Dans.
This is your Brazzers leader.
So
anyway, you were saying.
So if you ever want to hear, I was so angry. I did something I've never done before.
Oh, no, you emailed.
I emailed the host.
Get out of here.
And he'll never read it, I'm sure. Mm-hmm. But I tweeted, and then I deleted the tweet. Because I was such a C word in this tweet.
Because Zach woke you up.
No, this was Saturday. This is the day before.
He was in a good mood at this point. His weekend turned south over a Vince Vaughn interview.
This is right before I heard somebody fumble the microphone. This is right.
Your weekend was just a series of escalating anger.
What's going on? So this guy starts the interview with Vince Vaughn by saying that he had expected one thing and gotten another thing out of Vince Vaughn, right?
For his career?
For the interview.
Oh, for the interview.
He thought that
so
this
he's
guy
previewing the interview because it's recorded?
Yeah, exactly.
Got it.
And he says, I thought that Vince Vaughn was going to be the guy he is in the movies, but I got something completely different. I'm like, okay, cool. That's good, right? Right? Because you don't want to go into an interview expecting somebody to be anything. You want to go into an interview doing an interview, right? Going in asking questions for a guy you haven't already gotten bias about. Or if you do have bias, which I completely get, try to put it in the damn back seat. You're a professional. I'm sure you went to Harvard. You worked for the whatever.
Yeah.
And he proceeds to talk down to Vince Vaughn the entire interview. And Vince Vaughn made him his bitch.
Oh, really?
And it was awesome to hear Vince Vaughn make this guy his bitch. But the guy would not learn.
What didn't he... What was his thing about Vince? What was he critiquing or what was he being critical about?
Every time Vince made a point, he would say, okay, wait a minute. But get back to yourself. Really? It was like, here's what it was. I'm going to tell you exactly. You want to know exactly what it was? It was listening to the smart kid in class talk to the athlete. The smart kid is just assuming the athlete's a dumbass, right?
Yeah.
And so he treats him like that. Well, it became quickly evident that the athlete was also smart.
Yeah, Vince is pretty quick.
Right.
Yeah.
Extremely quick.
David Marchese would not listen. He just wouldn't listen. He even asked him this question. When you were doing all those films with Owen Wilson and having all that success, Owen Wilson tried to commit suicide. What did that tell you about fame? What a son of a... What a terrible question. What are you doing? And Vince just like stops for a second. He's like, I don't know if it told me anything about fame. I mean, you know, and so they do the interview in 2 parts, right? The whole first part of the interview, Vince is like doing his best not to let this guy have it, right? The guy says, Vince makes a point. He goes, you know, I don't think you're the same person at 20 years old that you are at 60. And Dave's like, I don't know about that. And Vince is like,
no one's the same at 20.
Right. And Vince's like, what? And the guy goes, well, I mean, people's views on religion don't change. And Vince is like, what? Right? So they go away and they come back. And the second half is a phone interview, right? You can tell they're on the phone. The first time they must have been on microphones. And you could tell that Vince had been simmering on this, right? You could tell. You could tell he'd been simmering on this because this guy would not listen. He never admitted that Vince wasn't just a dumbass. He never told himself that Vince is a smart guy. He wouldn't listen.
If you're anybody from the New York Times and you're interviewing somebody and you think they're a dumbass, then isn't it a waste of your time anyway. Why even interview him?
Exactly.
Right, correct, yeah.
If you don't think any of his answers are going to be valid.
So the second part of the interview starts with David going back to one of the other questions to try to, the Owen Wilson question, to try to pin Vince again, to try to prove, like the interview had been also simmering on, wait a minute, this guy has to be a dumbass. I have to make sure people know it. So you can tell he went back to the question, and Vince goes, hold on, let me ask you a question. Did having kids change you at all? And you could tell Vince had been waiting to see, is this guy going to try to be a D word to me again? Because if he is, I'm going to pin him. And you could tell as soon as he said that, this Marchese guy was like, no, it didn't change me at all. What?
Which is the biggest lie of all time.
Kids didn't change you at all?
Then you're
it's impossible. It's impossible to not change you.
I mean, come on.
Impossible.
Right. Your whole world is different.
So guess what?
The second it starts.
Tick-tock, 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 tick. I had to send my email. I couldn't help it.
I don't blame you.
Yeah, I
couldn't. I've never done that in my life. I was an old lady at Denny's complaining about the toast being too burnt. I couldn't help it, though. I was like, what are you doing? So I sent him an email. I thought it was pretty respectful. I'm like, please go back and listen to the interview because you made a fool out of yourself. Do you not listen as an interviewer? Do they not teach you at Harvard that your number one thing that you have to do is listen to the person you're interviewing? If you don't, you're not doing an interview. You're having a one-sided conversation. What are you doing? Yes, Echo?
His Wikipedia, you know how like Larry King and some others famously don't even do any research on their subject.
I just saw this too, Zach.
He said he spends up to 6 weeks preparing for an interview by reading everything available about an interviewee, including material not accessible via the internet. He comes to interviews with 3 to 5 pages of questions prepared in advance.
And it says critics have praised him for his ability to elicit unexpected, vulnerable, and profound answers.
Well, let me tell you, Vince made him his bitch. You know what he brought up, Corey? Do you remember Details magazine?
Sure.
He brought up an interview from 1994 in Details magazine where Vince was drinking with a guy. Like, that's who he thought Vince was. What? And that's why I think when he brought up the whole thing about people don't change, Vince is like, people definitely change. What are you talking about? He thought Vince was still 1994 Vince drinking at a bar with a guy from Details magazine, which doesn't exist anymore, and whose entire angle was going to bars drinking with actors. That's what they did. They talked about fashion and getting wasted. Decent magazine. I liked it. But you get my point? Yeah. Golly, gee, was I fired
Think of all of us. I mean, even if you're 80% similar in your head, all of us are different than we were 10 years ago. Of
course.
20 years ago.
Dude, at 20, I could barely tie my shoes.
Right. I'm not even close to the same person I was at 22, at 44.
No.
Not even close.
Yeah.
You're more handsome now.
Thanks.
So there you go. And maybe I'm overreacting.
No, I get
positive I am. But give that interview a listen. Tell me if you don't. I was so proud of Vince. I wanted to send him an email as well. I was like, that's great, man. Because Vince never went off, never was like, oh, yeah, no, I'm going to end this. Because I probably would have been like, you know what? I'm going to end this. Screw you, man.
Yeah. So do you remember my very, very brief Vince Vaughn story from last year? He was the MC at the World Series of Poker.
Yeah.
And
he kind of walked through Paris, and there was this big ceremony to have Vince kick the whole thing off. Remember how on Friday, Friday. Thursday. Marnie was like, they had no idea who Deadpool was. Wasn't familiar with him. We're like, how do you miss that?
Yeah, how do you miss that?
There was a guy at my table, remember, when Vince Vaughn walked through and everybody was taking pictures and cheering. He was about my age. He was like late 30s, early 40s. And he just goes, am I supposed to know who that is?
Wow.
How do you not?
Like, how do you not know?
Right.
I'm not saying you have to like Vince Vaughn or be a fan of his movies, but he was like, am I supposed to know who that is? I mean... Yeah, I don't know, if you're a functional member of society, my guess is you should know who Vince Vaughn is.
Bad Monkey's the name of the show on Apple TV. Not what I said it was.
You were close.
Well, kind of. I mean, if you get a bad monkey, you better sleep with one eye open.
I still think peak Vince Vaughn is Swingers.
Man, you should. Did you hear him talk about that?
No.
Okay, that's in Smartlist. They talk about Swingers quite a bit. Really, really interesting.
I've never seen it.
Oh, it's so good. That's the best Vince has ever been, and that includes Wedding Crashers. Vince and Swingers is the best. And that's when I think of Vince Vaughn, that's the movie I think of. I think of Swingers.
Friend. You want to be a part of that friend group, yeah.
All right, front page sports after this on The Fan.
The Fan.
I know there's people out there that never thought we'd make it this far, but always believed in us.
Hey, welcome back. Power Trip Morning Show, P-Rod the Prodigy. There we go. Here we are. It's the 6:08. It's Monday. It's the 5th of August already. It's football season out there. Vikings taking practice off today because apparently the weather's going to be real bad.
Yeah, rain all morning and not in the 80s. High in the 73 today.
Woohoo! I love it, man. Bring it on. Bring it on. I love
They
it.
moved the Vikings night practice to next week.
Right,
but canceled it tonight. If you have tickets, they are refundable, but then the tickets for next Monday go on sale today at 10 a.m.
That's right.
Great weather week, though.
It's going to be great, man.
70s.
Mid to upper 70s, yeah. How lucky are we? I mean, this is best possible
It's almost
weather.
happening, Hawk.
Yeah, I know.
We're almost there.
I know. And football this Saturday right here on The Fan. The
Yeah,
first
how about
preseason
that?
game of the year.
And we got 2 on Thursday that you and I were texting about.
Yeah, I can't wait, man. Maybe we'll watch them live, right?
Yeah, maybe we should.
Time now for Front Page Sports, presented by Holiday Station Stores.
Holiday Station Stores, you can get 2 Gatorades and then get one free. Buy 2, get 1 free at Holiday for a limited time, including their Lightning Blast flavor, which is exclusive to Holiday Station Stores. So go get some Gatorade at Holiday.
Yeah,
thanks, Holiday.
Gatorade is the best.
The Minnesota Twins beat the Chicago White Sox 13-7. Royce Lewis hit his 13th home run of the season. He went 2 for 4 with 3 RBI and 3 runs. The White Sox lost their 20th consecutive game. That is the longest losing streak in Major League Baseball in 36 years and 1 short of the American League record. They are now 27-87. The 88 Orioles lost 21 straight, which is the American League record. And I think, can somebody check? I think they did that to start the year.
I think you are correct.
I thought I read that was the start the year 0-21.
I think you're correct.
But since 1900, the record overall comes out of the National League. The 61 Phillies lost 23 straight. The last win for the White Sox was July 10th, a 3-1 win against
the Twins?
The Minnesota Twins.
Let's see here.
Yeah, 1988. Yeah, the Orioles, they started off with 21 straight losses.
All right. 0-21 to start.
My God.
Yikes.
They haven't lost a game since Marnie Gellner was on the mic.
Correct, because I think she was on the call for the doubleheader, right? And they lost the first game of that doubleheader to the White Sox on July 10th.
Way to go, Marnie.
Thanks, Marnes. Way to go. During this 20-game losing streak, the White Sox have been outscored 131-48.
My God.
And 7 of them were yesterday.
The stat I saw yesterday, too, the 38 blown saves or something like that this year. They've just...
Yeah, they've had more blown saves than wins or something like that. Yeah, right.
Well, and I think somebody can double check, but I think I read this as well. So they scored 7 runs yesterday and had something like 12 hits. I believe that's the most runs and the most hits they've had in this 20-game streak, and they still lost.
Yeah,
brutal.
You may have said this, but I was trying to count, and I can't count and listen at the same time.
It's tough.
Gotcha.
In their first 25 games, you know what their record was?
3-22.
That was my answer.
3.
You pooped.
Hawk got it right.
Was that right?
That might as well be the play-by-play call for the White Sox.
Yeah.
Was he right?
Yeah.
Was he right? Great film.
So back to the Twins, though. The Twins did, of course, sweep the Chicago White Sox over the weekend. Baltimore beat Cleveland the last 2 games, so now the Twins trail just by 4.5 against Cleveland. The Twins are at the Cubs tonight at 7:05. David Festa from Minnesota. So 3 at the Cubs, and then they host the Cleveland Guardians for 4 starting on Friday, kicking it off with a doubleheader Friday at 1.
Shout out to Nikki on her way down to Chicago to watch the Twins and the Cubbies.
Yeah, have fun.
Yeah, that's
You're
a
so
fun
fine.
time.
You're so fine. You blow my mind.
That's Mickey.
Whatever.
Brilliant.
Did you guys hear the Olympic lady that sounds like Mickey Mouse from over the weekend?
No.
Yes. Oh, my God.
From the Netherlands, that they beat the U.S. in I think it was the mixed relay. She's like, oh, hell yeah, I just caught up to the...
Really?
She sounds exactly like Mickey Mouse.
Every Twitter caption basically said, nothing can prepare you for the voice you're about to hear.
Really?
As weird as you think it is, it's going to be weirder. And then I listened to it, and they were right. I was not ready for that voice to come out of that face.
Man, the Olympics.
How about the guy with the huge schlong going over?
Man,
the-
I know.
Yeah.
It's like the best advertising.
Yeah, how
of all
great
time.
would that be? Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
Hey, how'd you lose the gold medal? My crank.
Yeah.
Well, have you seen everybody trying to debunk that now, that he actually bumped it before that? Like, he cares.
Yeah.
No.
Right.
Come
It
on.
doesn't matter.
No.
That thing got hung up on that thing.
Yeah. Hockey and I could be thrown at it by our crotch and not
Yeah,
hit it.
yeah. I could be sliding down and face first and
Right.
then knock it off.
Correct. Yeah. Yeah.
U.S. sprinter Noah Lyles won the gold medal in the 100 by 5/1000ths
incredible.
of a
was
second.
insane.
How about Corey? The commentator said he lost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
they
He
did.
thought he lost.
Yeah.
Poor Lee. Yeah.
Oh, Lee.
Fosvik?
Lee Diffie is a really good announcer for the most part, but yeah, he
Botched that one.
botched it,
I
unfortunately.
didn't hear the call, but yeah.
I got it right here if you'd like.
Go for it.
I really do. It take me a second to get to it. Sorry, hold on. I was looking for something.
But it's tough.
It's tough, guys.
It's about probably one of the toughest events to call because you have 10 seconds. You've got to figure out who the But he loved it.
I'm getting there. Hold on, everybody. Be cool. Take me a
First
second.
American to win the 100 since Justin Gatlin in 2004.
Maybe I don't have it. I thought I had it.
That was in Sydney?
Man, you might be right.
Maybe.
Today's, sorry.
Yeah, good for him.
Today's the
Too
5th.
bad nobody likes Noah Lyles.
Don't they?
Really?
No, because
Really?
he's I mean, some people don't like him because of his attitude, but I don't have any problem with that. It's just because a couple of years ago he was that guy that was like, why do we call the NBA champions the world champions? They're not the champions of the world. This is just the USA. And all of NBA Twitter and all of the NBA players just absolutely bleeped on him.
Well, here he is.
Noah Lyles said after he was defeated yesterday in his heat, I won't be underestimating my opponents again, and I feel sorry for my competitors. There's an Olympic gold medal waiting for somebody who wants it the most. This is close. Jamaica's going to do it on debut. They're working on the photo. Noah Lyles is looking anxiously. It's Noah Lyles, and it had to go to a photo finish to decide it.
Yeah.
Again, I'm not trying to tell this guy how to do his job because I can't do what he does. But if it's so close, why would you guess?
Yeah.
Right? Why can't you say it's too close to call? It looked like you could say it looked like so and so, but man, is that going to be close or something? But he just definitively said Jamaica's got it.
I mean, that's exactly what I thought. I was watching. I'm like, okay, well, there you go. And then wow. But it was crazy because Noah was behind until about, 3/4 of the race. And then he just pulled up and, man, what a race.
I did see the interview after the qualifying when he finished second.
Yeah.
And flat out said, I'm apparently I took my opponents for granted. I'm not going to do that again. So we're all good.
Yeah. Gosh, those guys.
And it worked. He was right.
One of the better things they've done now with the Olympics this year is they've mic'd up a lot of the family and friends in the crowd. And not only do they mic them up, but they can activate that live. And so when he went up to find his mom, you got not only, the visual of the crying and whatever, but you could hear her talk about how proud she was of her.
Oh, man.
And it was getting the old waterworks going for sure.
Paul, your hands up.
This is off topic, but this will make hockey super happy.
Oh.
Country Hearth is bringing in bread today.
Are you serious? Country Hearth?
Yeah, Hearth, yeah.
No, well, I like bread.
Because we were talking
They
about
love your
Lofi.
Lofi.
Yeah, Lofi, man. I hope Lofi's here. How crazy would
Can
that
somebody from Country Hearth?
Sorry. Tommy's on his way.
Can somebody from Country Hearth explain why Lofi is a cannibal?
Yeah.
Because he loves the bread.
So.
Yeah.
Maybe so. He does love that bread.
And if that's on the bread, Tommy will be here in 10 minutes.
I mean,
That's not what I hear. Oh, they're bringing bread in.
Good.
See,
You
that's
love
what
bread.
That's I
Power
do.
radio.
That's the beauty of advertising is we just throw it out into the ether and then it comes back tenfold.
You know what I love is the
Careful.
United States Mint and how they make money.
Yeah.
I think it's great.
Oh, good news, Hawk.
Yeah.
The Federal Reserve just called.
Thank you.
They're bringing in some money.
That's awesome. This is working great, guys.
Hawk, what else do you like?
The Lord and the work he does on boobs.
I'll be over in a minute. I'll show you mine.
Yeah. Sometimes it doesn't work out.
I guess it doesn't.
Yeah.
God
Careful
was
what
on,
you ask for, right?
God's on vacation.
Scotty Scheffler shot a
Oh, my
62, including a 29 on the back nine to come back and win gold in golf at the Olympics. A one-stroke victory over Tommy Fleetwood.
Yeah, that was unbelievable how good that man is at golf. And I wonder, because you can, of course, bet on it, I wonder what he was at when he was 4 back. He cruised. He's the best ball striker. I mean, other than Tiger in his prime, there's never been a better ball striker than Scotty Scheffler. I think they had the picture of he won the majors, then he got arrested, and it was just, then he won the gold medal. He's one of the best golfers we've ever seen.
So can I ask another dumb question, because I'm not a golfer, even though I
Sure.
like gambling on golf?
Of course.
Don't you always strike the ball? What's a ball striker? Is that everything until the green?
So a ball striker is how pure you hit the golf ball.
Mm-hmm.
And like, I don't know if you've ever seen that picture, but there's a picture that went viral like 4 or 5 years ago. I think it was one of Tiger Woods, like a 7-iron, and he hit it so pure that the ball mark is only in the middle of the club. There's no divot or there's no mark on any other part of the club than the middle of the club, meaning he hits it as pure as he can over and over and over again. That's Scotty Scheffler. You rarely see Scotty Scheffler hit a bad shot. He's the best ball striker probably. I mean, he's a top 3 of all time. He's that good at golf. It's just how well he hits it consistently, or consistently well he hits it.
All right. Minnesota's Suni Lee won bronze on uneven bars, her 6th career Olympic medal.
That was pretty cool. Watch that too.
That was
sweet,
man.
Yeah.
Man.
The
And she
Olympics
seemed
are
pumped,
great.
right? She was realistic. The 2 gals that had already posted big scores looked like they were going to be almost impossible to beat.
Yep.
So she looked thrilled to sneak in with the bronze because she was the last one to go.
It is interesting because they already know before they start their routine if their degree of difficulty isn't enough to win the gold.
Right, with the maxes.
Even if she did it perfectly, she couldn't win the gold because her degree of difficulty wasn't big enough. But it was pretty cool, man. It was fun. It's fun to watch. And I got to tell you guys, I don't care if they're crying because they screwed up or they're crying because they killed it. I can't watch a little girl cry.
Yeah.
I'm just a puddle. I'm laying on the floor in the fetal position. I can't do it. I can't do it. Every time one of the little girls stuck the landing and they started crying, I'm like, oh, Abigail.
Yeah.
I'm the same way. I've been an emotional wreck throughout these Olympics,
Same.
man. Oh.
What just happened over there? Based on their reaction, those two just stumbled across some fine young-looking lady.
I'm also emotional looking at this.
Is she upside down?
No.
Okay.
No.
Because there was that picture that went around.
What's the lady's name?
Wait, what picture?
From that one show that had Ed, what's his face in it?
Ed O'Neill?
Yeah.
Modern Family.
Married with
Oh,
children.
Sofia Vergara?
Oh, no. Yeah, I
Julie
love Sofia
Bowen?
Vergara, though.
So I'll send you all a text. Zach, do you want to be on this?
Sure, why not?
Okay, good.
Just make sure.
Okay, cool. Yeah,
You got to test yourself every
That's
once
a
in
good
a while.
idea. Yeah, right. I can't tell you guys the trouble I went through to find this picture. All right, should be in. Should be there.
Lord.
No, it's not Lord. That's
That's
what's her face?
What is this from?
Movie she did with Rob Lowe in 2013.
you need help.
You got to calm down.
This is like 1994.
That is
a pixelated
100%.
Yeah.
This is
early
hey,
internet.
my mom and dad are gone. Come
Yes.
over and watch Bikini Car Wash.
100%.
This is
That's the only way I can get turned on.
I was wondering, I'm like, why is Hockey watching a trailer for Knife Fight, the 2013 movie that probably went straight to Blockbuster?
if you're listening to this right now, going, geez, Chris must have found some absolute filth.
Yeah, he must have found. Yeah,
just disgusting adult material. This is just Julie Bowen in her underwear, with a t-shirt on, with one leg
it looks like she's
slightly
about to,
raised.
crane
Screenshot it. This is. Yeah, you need to go to your meetings. You and Max and Creasel.
I can't even defend myself.
And I'm sitting here looking at the picture you sent to the group chat like it's not on the computer. I'm seeing double.
You need both of you need to turn in your coins.
Yeah. Well played, Psycho.
What really matters after this Power Trip Morning Show on the Fan?
Join the Power Trip's Corey Cove at the grand opening of Play It Again Sports in Maple Grove on Thursday, August 8th. It's from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. You can shop their inventory of new and used sports and fitness equipment or bring yours in and get paid. Get all of the info at KFAN.com.
Yeah, that's this Thursday. See you there this Thursday.
Thank you, Zacho. This is the band Ditto, and the song is Wendy. Welcome to the Power Trip Morning Show. Should we do some That's What Really Matters?
Sure. And it's brought to you by our friends at Catalyst and CatalystSupplyCo.com. Thanks, Catalyst.
Yeah, thank you, Catalyst.
Hell yeah.
Let's do this one. The men's basketball team at the Olympics, 3-0 in group play, and is making Chris and I a lot of money.
Yeah, they are.
Sauce has got to be cheering against the U.S. now because you're tired of them costing you money.
No, but
Puerto Rico won some money for Chris. South Sudan won some money for me.
Yep.
But they're 3-0.
They are 27-point favorites tomorrow against Brazil.
They sure are. On DraftKings, it's 27, and the over-under is 185.5. 8 teams remaining. The U.S. has reached the quarterfinals, so it's Greece versus Germany, Australia versus Serbia, Canada versus France. That's an interesting matchup. And then the U.S. against Brazil. And like Sauce just said, 2:30 tomorrow, 2:30 our time against Brazil. Who's Brazil got?
Hawknose.
Classy Larry.
They have Blanca.
What was that one video game you...
Leisure Suit Larry.
And you couldn't get out of the first level?
Yeah, I'm still pissed about that because it looked like it was fun, but I couldn't find my way out of that damn bar.
That game is so horny.
It's very horny.
And then the U.S. women play Nigeria on Wednesday. The USA 26-point favorite on DraftKings.
Oh, nice.
But what really matters is this.
Tumbleweeds are not indigenous to North America and were likely not even around during the Wild West days.
I'm so confused.
Yeah. Tumbleweeds.
Really?
Yeah, they're not indigenous to the United States.
All right, so this is probably exactly like the Everglades. Somebody had a tumbleweed as an exotic pet and couldn't take care of it anymore,
Yeah,
so just
right.
threw it out into like Santa Fe, New Mexico, and now we have freaking tumbleweeds.
Yep. Yeah.
God dang it.
I know.
Why can't people just control their animals?
I don't know.
Thanks,
Ruin
Bob
the
Barker.
Everglades.
I don't know.
Lakeville's Reagan Smith won gold at the women's relay in Paris. That is her 5th medal of these Olympics and her 8th medal overall. Congrats to Reagan.
Oh, yeah, they kicked ass.
A world record, I believe, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
They set their old world record.
By like almost a second.
Yeah, it was sweet to watch, yeah.
Are people just going to keep getting fast? Is there like a... Do you think we're going to top out? Like, can people keep getting faster and keep beating these world records? You know, it's kind of... It's just amazing to see, like, how are people...
Yeah.
How have we evolved to be that fast?
What is the ideal water temperature to break a world record?
That's a great point.
I don't know.
Got to be one, though.
I know they were saying something about the depth, right? Like they were saying the water depth was weird initially at the Olympics, and it was making people less fast or something like that. So maybe the temperature.
I mean, I
plays a
bet the
role, too.
water's warm because it's always warm in those facilities. Like when we went and did where I swam a lap and a half, it was warm in there.
It's really hot, yeah.
Yeah,
Do
the
you
water
believe
was
if the
warm.
water had been colder, you would have swum
No.
2 full laps?
I would have put my tootsies in and been like, I'm not getting in there.
Yeah.
You win,
Yeah.
Core.
Yeah.
I remember watching you swim by the first time, and again, you weren't horizontal. You were at a 45-degree angle. I'm like, that's not how you're supposed to do that. That's a lot of extra effort. I didn't like your chances. I didn't know you were only going to go a lap and a half, but I didn't like your form.
No, it was not good.
No.
Wasn't one of my prouder moments.
I thought your head would be the part dragging you down.
Yeah, I did too. I'm not good at swimming, man.
We noticed. Is it my turn?
No, it's mine.
What really matters is this.
Macaques possess the right vocal anatomy to perform human speech, but they lack the intelligence to do so.
What a bunch of dumbasses.
Yeah, mine's pretty dumb, too. Here's that picture of Julie Bowen again.
Hey, did you watch Thrones last night?
I did, yeah.
Aegon is definitely the Power Trip morning show, right?
Yeah.
One dude is saying, we got to get out of here, right? For your safety. It's better to live to be dead. And then all he's going, my thing's gone.
Yeah, that's right.
I peed down my leg. No, we got to get out of here.
No,
your safety is important. Wouldn't you like to be the king that's remembered to come back and rebuild? But what about my penis? Like he is not listening to a word the guy is saying about getting out of town and trying to get to safety. He's all about, what's the point of living? My thing's gone.
And it's hard to disagree. It's a split like a sausage. Come on now. You have no idea what I've seen.
We've got to get out of here. Your safety. Didn't you hear what I just said? I'm peeing down my leg.
You understand?
It just leaks out.
Look at this thing.
It burnt off.
You want to live like this? Nobody does.
Interesting final episode of the season.
I thought it was really well done.
Same.
I didn't expect what I got.
No, I thought it was going to be a hour and 15 minutes of dragon fighting, and instead there were 0 dragon fights. Now there's going to be a billion of them in the next season, but
and that
nice little finale.
The hand on the tree thing.
Yeah,
that was intriguing.
That was intriguing for about 6 different reasons.
No, I just saw. I'm an episode behind. I just saw those 2 gals kiss.
Oh yeah,
yesterday. That was.
Right.
I'm like, all right, I'm all the way back in, baby.
You think that's hot? Check out this picture of Julie Bowen from 11 years ago.
Correct. Look at this guy's split penis.
Yeah. Oh man.
Don't you guys wish I was a macaque?
What?
What?
Tommy does.
Like Ant-Man?
Oh. Hey, don't talk back to me.
Oh man. My turn?
Yeah.
Let's see here. Vikings preseason game number 1 is Saturday. They are hosting the Vegas Raiders. 3 o'clock right here on the Fan. Your home for Minnesota Vikings football.
It's the truth.
3 o'clock. And we mentioned it earlier, but they did cancel night practice tonight because of inclement weather. So if you had tickets to tonight's practice, they have added another night practice. It's next Monday night, a week from tonight. So I believe Thursday was supposed to be the last practice open to Rubes.
That's right.
But now they have added next Monday to replace this one. So tickets for next Monday's practice go on sale today at 10 a.m. according to Vikings.com. What really matters, though, is this.
This seems impossible, but around 40% of people have never had a nosebleed.
Oh, my God. I'm a nosebleed machine.
40%?
Wow.
That's a lot.
I've never had one that wasn't caused by getting punched in the nose.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
See, I'm the opposite. I don't think I've ever had one from getting punched. It's always just because I'm walking around.
Yeah.
And then it just happens.
Had a few, yeah.
Every time I go to Vegas, it's bad.
Because of how dry it is?
I wonder if it counts like if you try to rip a stalactite out of there and it makes your nose bleed.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, that, like you rip a layer of skin off in there. I don't think that counts. I'm talking nosebleeds that are like nosebleeds. You know what I mean?
Right.
Never had one of those. No.
I had one about 20 years ago that did put a little fear in me because I had never seen it bleed that much. Ugh. And even the people that were with me, we couldn't get it to stop. And I'm like, am I going to have to go to the hospital over a freaking nosebleed?
That's terrible.
I was, Old Faithfuling essentially out of both nostrils for about 20 straight minutes to the point where I got lightheaded and thought they're going to have to drive me to the hospital and this is going to be rock bottom. What's wrong? He's got a nosebleed and he's an adult and he can't get it to stop. Yeah, it was probably
solder that sumbitch up.
I don't know. I think eventually it just stopped, but it was a mess. It looked like a bloodbath.
Ooh, that sucks so much.
It does suck.
The double nosebleed is scary.
Double nosebleed.
That's really scary. One is just like, okay, but you get the double, it's like, I'm dying.
I'm dying.
Then you're just mouth breathing for 20 minutes trying to get it to calm down. Then you got people going, don't lean your head all the way back or lean your head a little back.
Pass out.
Oh,
Look at
God,
this Julie Bowen photo.
Oh, my God.
That's why you got the nose.
That's great, Chris, but I'm dealing with something. Show me when it's done. Okay.
All the blood's going to rush somewhere else. You don't have to worry about it.
40% have never had a nosebleed.
Yep.
You lucky SOBs. I had one happen in the elevator on the way down at MGM Grand, and I got down in the lobby, and I had to decide, do I try to find one to go back up and run all the way back to my room, or do I run to the bathroom down there? Couldn't find a bathroom. Ran all across the casino floor with blood spouting on my
Yeah,
pretty hot.
Stop doing so much coke.
There are 5 of us in this room, and it sounds like 2 of us have never had it. So that's exactly 40%.
Well, I'll be damned.
Look at that.
We are
Well said, Cora.
a statistical accuracy, the Power Trip Morning Show, because it sounds like me, Zach, and Max have all had them. You 2 have not.
I said I have.
Oh, you have?
Yeah, I have, yeah.
And Bono.
But
and
Chris
the Ents.
hasn't, except for when he's pulling stalagmites or whatever out of his nose. Okay, so then it's not 40%. We're at 20%. I thought you were implying that you had not had one. Damn it.
That feeling of warm liquid in your nose.
yeah.
You're like, uh-oh.
You talking about blood?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, you're like, hey, you missed.
Too many Julie Bowen photos.
Wow, that's a hell of a shot.
More of what really matters after this on The Fan.
Punk rock icons Green Day are set to hit the stage at Target Field on August 17th. Be there to celebrate 30 years of their album Dookie and 20 years of their album American Idiot when they play both albums in full, as well as other hits from their history. Tickets are still available. You can get yours at KFAN.com, keyword calendar. Oh, but caller 11 will win your way in with a pair of 100 level tickets. 1-800-320-5326. I had no idea this was a contest. We're giving away tickets, folks. How cool is that?
Look at that. That read took a turn.
Yeah, it did. I was like, somebody's going to go see Green Day.
Green Day's rocking. Just rocking.
I've never seen them.
So good.
Yeah, I might.
I don't think I've seen him either.
Do we need to take a winner right now? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, if you can. I'm sorry. Normally I
No, it's, I don't know. I mean, I'm sure Max.
give Max a heads up. I didn't hear.
Max, I'll pick a caller, any caller. You're going to make somebody's day right now.
Yes, sir.
They're going to be great. They're going to be like, thanks, Maxo. Tell them that they're your tickets. Personally.
I will.
Yeah.
I'm giving you these out of my own pocket.
He used
My
to do
wife
that, I
left.
think, right? In radio, like win Hawks money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was cause for concern and Voodoo Birth. Local music.
It's a hot one.
It is, yeah, yeah. And Dreams aside, we went to break with the song was Waiting. But we're back to what really matters as we prepare for the studio to be full once again.
Speaking of dreams, I watched the movie Dream Scenario over the weekend. That was the movie with Nicolas Cage that came out last year.
Did it have the girl from Julie Bowen in it?
It's a really weird movie.
Yeah, it's an A24 movie. It's the movie where he randomly starts showing up in everybody's dream.
Oh, yeah,
just
yeah,
a random
yeah.
guy.
Yeah, yeah.
So people that don't know him, he's just in their dreams, and he becomes kind of a celebrity because everybody's like, hey, you're the guy from the dream. I didn't care for it. I thought it was a better concept than film.
It's a good idea.
The idea was better than the execution. I got a little bored with it. There were like 3 or 4 moments that I thought were good. There was one really funny scene, Max, where let's just say it's fart related.
Yeah, yep.
That caught me off guard.
Yeah.
That made me laugh. I think it's worth skipping, though.
It's 91% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah, which is part of the reason why I thought, because I knew Max had seen it. The reviews were solid. I remember people saying, like, God, man, this is the continuation of Nick Cage's revival. He was fine. He overacted, but I think it was intentional.
That's his bit, yeah.
It felt very intentional. Yeah, I didn't care for it.
What about, there's a big review today from Maxo on the latest M. Night Shyamalan movie.
Oh, you saw Trap?
Yeah.
And?
I'm not joking. And it's amazing that we got these 2 movies within a 6-month span. That and Madam Web are having a heavyweight slugfest for worst freaking movie of all time.
We called it, Maxo.
It's so bad, Sauce.
Yeah, we called it.
As bad as we thought it was going to be, it's even worse. I was telling
premise
Hawk,
even interesting, or does it fall apart immediately?
it falls apart immediately. Every plot twist is sillier and more contrived than the last. God bless Josh Hartnett. He tried. But M. Night Shyamalan, he outdid himself. I can't believe that he's getting even worse.
It's Madam Web bad?
It's Madam
What
Web.
are the ratings?
I know that everyone in the theater
Yeah.
hated me because I was laughing so hard. I was laughing like it was Bernie Mac and the Kings of Comedy. Like my face hurt from laughing because it was that ridiculous. It's so it's so bad that I would actually encourage people to watch it because I just cannot believe that anybody greenlit this movie. And M. Night Shyamalan is just the biggest serial criminal right before our eyes. He keeps getting away with it.
Is there a horrible twist?
There's 7 horrible twists.
Oh, I can't wait to talk about it.
It's so unbelievable. Like you just can't. You're like, there's no way they're gonna do that, and then they do it, and it's.
Oh man!
Oh my gosh!
I can't wait.
It's honestly a masterpiece. It should be put in the film museum that Rosie went to a couple weeks ago because it's just that bad.
I so badly want him to be good.
Same.
I don't know why I root for this guy. I've never met him.
He does seem likable.
Sixth Sense. I love that film so much.
Yeah, if you've seen M. Night Shyamalan interviews, he seems like a likable.
He seems like a cool dude.
Yeah.
But he has some of the worst films of all time.
Yeah,
they're getting bad.
Someone should just take the camera out of his hands.
The one about where the trees attack is terrible.
The Happening.
Lady in the Water is
Lady
awful.
in the Water is garbage.
50% of the Village is one of the worst movies of all time.
Oh my God!
The first half of it is excellent until the twist. You're like, what?
Seriously, a plane?
Yeah, correct. It's yeah.
And
I
then
can't wait.
the one where they're on the beach and they're turning old.
Yeah.
Did you see that?
It's so bad, dude.
Yeah. We called it, though. Hawk and I and Max had watched the trailer. Hawk thought it looked like the greatest film of all time. And Max and I are like, that's going to be brutal.
Yeah, that was one of those ones we waited for Hawk to leave the room.
Yeah, and then
we're like, yeah, it looks great. And then Hawk left the room, we're like, dog ass.
No,
oh, my
that's
God.
so bad.
Thank you for that.
It's ridiculous. No, I would encourage everyone to go watch it because
maybe the name of the movie is Trap because it trapped you into go seeing it. It was a trap.
It was.
It's a trap.
Can we invert it? I have a delayed positive movie review that I watched a week ago, Christopher, and specifically this is for you because you loved this movie. I think Max liked it
Once
too.
Upon a Time in Hollywood.
No.
Oh, okay.
So in the last handful of years, as I've gotten older, again, Sauce, how many times have you seen, I don't know, Happy Gilmore? 100? Right.
Yeah.
We grew up in the era where once you loved a movie, you just watched it over and over and over and over and over again.
Yeah.
And now with streaming services, again, nobody owns DVDs anymore or Blu-rays. So I think more and more, I don't know about you guys, I'm watching a movie mostly just once, unless it's an unbelievable reason to watch it multiple times. I remember seeing Ford versus Ferrari going, wow, this is like a 3-hour movie. It's fantastic. I will never see it again, though. But I loved it once.
Oh, great.
Right.
So the movie that I'm about to rave about is a one-time watch. There's no chance I ever watch it again. But I'm glad I watched it once because I'd never seen anything like it. It raises a whole bunch of cool, just general questions about life and our theories on things like love and money and death and all these different things. Poor Things with Emma Stone.
Yeah.
Had never seen anything like it. And you guys, by the way, you guys said there was nudity. She's naked half the movie.
I know.
Yeah.
Emma Stone is nude almost the entire way through. And I'm like, wow, I didn't expect that because she won the Academy Award for this.
Yeah.
Nude almost the entire film.
It's brilliant.
It is very different, very different, to the point where sometimes you're like, wow, what am I watching here?
Yeah. No.
Yeah, I'd never seen anything like that. It's even a hard movie to explain to somebody. It is kind of like Edward Scissorhands meets Frankenstein meets...
Really?
Well, I don't even know what else I would say. Man, it's just...
It's completely, I went into that movie, Corey, having zero idea what it was about.
Same.
And the very beginning where you're like, well, that guy's Frankenstein. I mean, from the very moment you start, you're like, what the hell is going on?
Yep.
It's such a singular
well done.
experience.
Oh.
Yeah, there's nothing like it, and there's nothing that will ever be like
This is
it.
the guy who played the Hulk.
Mark Ruffalo.
How great is he?
Well, and he's such an a-hole in the movie. He's a terrible
C-word.
person, right?
That was one of the greatest deliveries of the C word of all time.
This is a minor spoiler, but it won't ruin anything for anybody. But if you've seen Poor Things, you'll understand this moment. Maybe my favorite statement of the movie is her statement about gambling and money, right? He wins all that money at the casino and she gives it away to poor people. And she doesn't understand why that's bad, right? They needed it. And he, of course, wants to burn that boat to the ground. That's every dime I had.
Yeah.
Well, but why don't they get the money, but we do? Like, she doesn't understand why it's bad to give people money who need it. Man, that was good.
So good.
We'll never see it again, despite the constant sauce, constant nudity, constant.
Yeah. I've never seen it.
But you're right, Corey. It is one of those movies that if you try to explain it to someone, it sounds way weirder than it is in a bad way. Like, it's weird in a good way, but when you explain it to someone, it's like, but just go see it.
But because it's so weird and because there's so much nudity, it's definitely not for everyone. 20, 30 minutes in, if you're like, this does nothing for me, then it's not going to get better. But if you 20 minutes in go, wow, what are they doing here? This is crazy. You're probably going to like it.
I've heard that that dude's other movies are really good too. The Lobster, The Favorite, and he just came out with another one with Emma Stone.
Which
Kindness
I heard
of
was
Kindness.
not good.
No, I heard the same thing.
I heard that wasn't.
But he's got another one with Emma Stone coming out next year as well. And
She's
Jesse
fantastic.
Plemons.
She's so good.
She's the best.
She's so good in this film. I mean,
she's good in everything.
Watching her become an adult.
Absolutely deserving of the Academy Award.
She's one of the all-time greats already.
Yeah.
Yep. Amazing. Anyway, what really matters, though, is this.
Oh, yeah, okay, cool. Let's see. Okay. I'm not going to do that one. That one's too dirty. I don't like this one either. Okay, how about this? Some of James Cook's maps were still in use until the mid-20th century due to their remarkable accuracy and continued relevance after 200 years. Well done, Jimmy.
That doesn't say much for the maps after that.
No,
I mean,
probably not, yeah.
props to him, but
Yeah, good job.
it's more about everybody else's failures. 200 years, we couldn't do it better than
Couldn't
that.
do better. Well done, dude.
Still don't know how you guys got around before.
Yeah, that wasn't easy.
Why are
man.
you looking at me?
I drove from Virginia Beach, Virginia to Los Angeles, California using a map. A real, honest-to-goodness map. And I destroyed Topeka, Kansas with my urine. And
How many mistakes did you make
Filth.
going cross-country?
Actually, not too many because it's pretty easy once you got on 70, you know?
Yeah.
But I'm getting off for gas and trying to find your way back to the interstate was never easy. Never easy.
See, I've always claimed rule number one of the road trip is, now this isn't necessarily the case anymore with GPS. This is kind of the point that we're making. But back in the day, I never got off on an exit unless I could see the gas station.
Same. Yeah.
Right. It's got to be, you have to be able to see it and go, that's the gas station I'm going to, and I can get right back on the When you get off on an exit and then you're just randomly driving 2, maybe 10 miles, what are you doing? Why would you go that far out of the way? You got to see the gas station or you don't get off on the exit.
Yeah, I feel you. You end up at the house in Red Dead Redemption.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep,
They
right.
invite you over for dinner, and then you are the dinner.
You are dinner.
And then
Yeah.
Hawk's really into it.
How dare you? Truth. Anyway.
My turn?
There you go.
Hey, can I tell my quick story from yesterday?
Sure.
It'll take literally like 20 seconds.
No chance.
It will. But there's a quick caveat.
See?
I hope.
Oh, my God.
the
So
two
yesterday you woke up.
No. I hope the 2 people that are involved are okay. All right? Now here goes my story.
Okay.
So yesterday my wife and I walked around Lake Harriet.
I don't want your life.
No, I'm well aware you don't. And we are walking around. We're almost to the end, and one path is a walking path, and then the other path above it is a bike path, right? And we're just about to the car, and all of a sudden we hear this guy yell, "On your left," as he's speeding by on a bike. We didn't see it; we just heard it, and then all of a sudden, as about a second after that, there's a set of stairs that goes up to the main road. The guy veered around it and hit the staircase and flew over ass over teacups and then just slammed stomach first into the second set of stairs. Unbelievable. I couldn't believe it. And everybody like stopped and turned around, like multiple people
This
like
can't be real.
ran up and helped him. And then this guy ran by and goes, "That's why it's 10 miles an hour, you idiot." Oh, wow. Yeah. But he like flew over the one bar and then his stomach hit the other bar. Couldn't believe it. All we heard was "on your left" and then crash. I hope everybody's okay. That's my story. I just had to share it.
That story makes you sound stupid.
No, I'm well aware. I know that. Every story I say makes me sound stupid. But yeah, there's nothing worse than like when you cause some kind of damage and then somebody on the outside makes fun of you.
Yeah.
That guy was just like, "That's why it's 10 miles an hour, you idiot," as he ran by. Yeah. I don't know. That's my story.
There's a whole genre on YouTube of YouTube videos of bikers getting yelled at by people.
Yeah.
Did you ever just watch those to fall asleep?
No.
And then call Hawk?
No, I watch those for entertainment.
What?
They're fun.
What kind of entertainment?
Just good confrontational out in the park. What are you doing riding your bike through here type entertainment.
You make some weird life choices.
Yeah. And I thought my story was terrible.
It wasn't a story. It was an anecdote.
Yeah, it was antidote.
It was an anecdote.
You
He's
take that with a snake bite?
Exactly.
I'll give you a snake bite.
Yeah. You should give your wiener a snake
man.
bite.
Somebody's got to suck it out.
Oh, Zach.
A little over an hour from now, we play Initials quarterfinal number 5 of the 2024 Initials Invitational. Do-Young Park is through. Tommy Olson is through. Tatum Everett is through. Matt Minster is through. We'll see who wins today at 8:15 between AJ Mansour, the number 1 overall seed, Tyler George, Mike Grimm, Tommy Ryman, and Michael J. Mussman III. That's a little over an hour from now. Plus $71,000 up for grabs with the St. Paul Federal Credit Union Initials jackpot. Somebody might win $71,000 today. But the news with Chris is next on The Fan.
This is Corvallis and High Beam. The song is Snake.
The Fan.